We are so back. Warriors, welcome to the video. YouTube, thanks for checking this out. My name's AC Stinson and we are rebuilding. I am rebuilding my fitness after 2 major surgeries. I'm building a new business, recovering from a knee injury, whatever. We are about to go run on the treadmill for the first time in a long time. I went to a doctor this week, went to physical therapy a couple times. I still have a lot of work to do before we do any substantial running, before we really do anything to train for the ultra marathon that I have in mind. But it feels great to get some momentum going. So we're about to go into the gym, get on the treadmill and run again, which I'm excited for if you can't tell. Also, you like all this orange? This is my company color, is orange and green. So we got some orange stuff going on here. Anyway, at the end of the video, I want to talk about the concept of pruning. Sometimes in life, we need to quit some bad things or some things that are distracting us or holding us back. We need to say no to good things to say yes to great things. I've applied this in my life in the past, and I'm applying it again in this season. I've got a lot going on and I gotta stay focused. And I know you got a lot going on. So I wanna talk about the value of pruning. It's a biblical concept, it's a good concept, it just makes sense. So let's go work out, let's go talk, let's get after it. All right, so most of my physical therapy so far has been pretty superficial, or I should say high level. We did some cupping just the other day on my right side. I've got IT band issues, which your IT band goes from like your hip down to your knee. And that is what I have issues with, and it causes pain on the outside of the knee. It started acting up when I was training for my half Ironman back in 2018. And then when I was sick for multiple years, I kind of just stopped thinking about it, stopped worrying about it, and just hoped it would go away and that it would just kind of heal itself. And that didn't happen. I started running again after my last surgery a couple years ago, and for the most part, it wasn't bothering me. And then the mileage started adding up, and I was getting to 35, 40 miles a week, and it started hurting again. And it's just gradually hurt more and more. So it's finally time to go to a doctor. So 2 things I learned. The first thing is that my left leg is just slightly shorter than my right. And it's causing my left foot to pronate, my right foot to supinate, or vice versa, I forget. And it's causing extra tension on my right leg, and specifically it's coming out and expressing itself in knee pain. So we're going to get some insoles, and one of them is going to be slightly bigger, so my legs hopefully kind of even out. And then we're going to do some physical therapy to help it. So hopefully it's only a couple weeks of physical therapy. We're going to see. But like I said, I just did some cupping for the first time. And I don't know if you can see that. All these like bruises all over my leg, right? I'm not trying to be weird here, but I'm trying to show you what's going on. And it went all the way up. I'm not going to pull my leg or my shorts up that high, all the way up here. And I asked this, so what's that? Like, what's the concept? Like, what's the science behind the cupping? And it's pretty interesting. The concept is that you're causing minor controlled little injuries, and the body is so amazing. When there's an injury, it sends extra blood cells, and it sends extra healing nutrients and power to that location, right? Like if you get a cut, or if you get a bruise, or you damage something, your body's going into healing mode. So they are putting controlled injuries, small little bruises and injuries there, to send blood cells, to send kind of the body's internal healing mechanisms to get extra stuff there. I don't know the fancy stuff behind it, but that's the goal of cupping. Now, if that doesn't work, and some of the exercises and other things we're going to do, we might try dry needling, apparently. Never done it. Don't know a bunch about it, but we're going to find out. All right, half-mile run in the books. I wasn't pushing it speed-wise. I was going at a smart, calculated pace, and the knee did not hurt at all while I was running. It'll be interesting to see how it feels over the next hour or 2, but that makes me so happy. We might be heading in the right direction. I know it's gonna be a long road in front of me. I'm not gonna be running 5 miles next week. It's gonna be slow and calculated, but the rock is moving in the right direction. All right, we're back in the gym after the run. I got a sweatshirt on, some sweatpants on. It is cold, it's about 20 degrees. You can see, there it is. You can see all the snow out there. But anyway, we're doing some leg raises. We're doing some banded pull downs. I've got a challenge for myself. I'm gonna film over the next 4 or 5 weeks. I wanna see how many crunches I can do in a single day. I wanna show people, especially with ostomies, hey, let's get a six pack. Let's get shredded. Not because that's the definition of success. You don't have to have a six pack, but I know for me, it's a vanity thing, and I used to have a six pack, and after my ostomy, I really haven't. And I wanna show myself, hey, I can do it again. I can go live again, go do hard things, go push yourself, and don't put limitations on yourself post-surgery. Maybe it's just going on a walk with your family, going on the hike you've been wanting to do, or running a 10K. It doesn't matter. I just wanna inspire you, me. Let's go do more. Let's go live again. All right, it is Monday night around 9:15. I had physical therapy this morning, and the physical therapist was pleased with my progress and wants me to run more tonight. So instead of running a half mile, I'm gonna run a mile and a half, so I can gradually start building up distance, but very, very, very slowly because of the injury, and we'll see how it goes. So it's cold, I'm tired, but need to go get this done, but I'm excited. Okay, run is done. I got 1.5 miles in tonight. There were twice where I was wondering if my knee was a little sore, but just like when you're new to the gym or lifting for the first time in a while, sometimes you have some good soreness. I'm optimistic maybe it was a little bit of good soreness. We'll see how it feels in the morning. Usually when it starts to hurt, you know it. It is Tuesday morning. I just walked into the office. I'm the first one here, and I'm going to spend a little time reading my Bible. I wanted to give you a quick update on Armor Bands. It has been a really busy and productive 2 weeks. And this has come in right on the heels of some thoughts of, is this worth it? Two Sundays ago, I was sitting there wondering, is this worth it? Is the sacrifice going to be worth it? Is the sacrifice to the relationships and the people and the things that I love and the time and the energy and the money that I have to put into this, is this sacrifice going to be worth it? And I'm very fortunate that emotion didn't stop me from making progress, and we've had such a productive 2 weeks. Yesterday, I met with a marketing and brand professional. This is a connection from somebody in our family. He is young, he is very good at what he does, and he's gonna help us build a really solid, good website. And he's also gonna help me build a pitch deck. So when I go into these professional environments and I'm trying to show the value of Armor Bands compared to some of the other brands and products in the industry, we have a very solid, polished, pitch, so to speak. So a lot of progress being made. I've got more good news I'll share in the next video of some of the connections and some of the doors that are being opened, and I'm very excited about some of the opportunities that lies in the future for Armor Bands. But that is the quick and dirty update. All right, it is Wednesday night. It's about 9:40, and I'm gonna go run about a mile and a half. I have physical therapy in the morning, and I wanna be able to tell my physical therapist if my knee's hurting. It's been feeling pretty good. There's been a little soreness. So I want to go test it one more time before therapy in the morning. But before I do that, I want to show you some cool stickers that we just got in the mail. So I'm starting this business, Armor Bands, to provide ostomy bands and support for people with ostomies. And so part of our brand and our packaging is we want, anytime somebody places an order and they get the product, at their door, them to have a couple cool stickers. I really love how Yeti does that. I know there's other companies that do that. So right now we haven't hired any brand professional. We've been doing everything ourselves. My wife is artistic and creative, and she's been putting that to good use. She's been figuring out Canva. So what I'm about to show you, we just figured out how to do it. And we are about to hire a brand professional and somebody to help us, but they're going to help us with the website and a pitch deck and some other things. But this is all my wife, and I think these are pretty cool. So take a peek. So the first ones over here
So the name of the company is Armor Bands, and the slogan is Go Live Again. So these are 3 different variations of that. So you have the cool athletic, like cursive font. I think that's sick. And then you have the Go Live Again with the shield, which is our primary logo. Our colors are orange and green. So this could be black and white, green and white, green and orange. That's pretty sick though. And then she put the slogan going up the shield, which is pretty cool. And then over here, these are just different ones we were trying and having some fun with. So the whole idea here is that this is your ticket or your invitation to go live again. So when we send them their packaging, we have a cool special surprise for them. I'm not going to disclose too much about that, but this is their ticket to go live again. We also have this cool idea that if we took our slogan, instead of go live again, we could make a series where it's go run again, go hike again, go make memories again, whatever, fill in the blank. So this was just the beginning of messing around with that, but I think that is really cool. And then the very last one here, share your scars. This is the idea of building community, and just when you go through hard things, give your pain a purpose, right? Make your pain pay you, give it a purpose, share your story. Don't try to hide it, right? We all try to hide our pain so much, but if we share our scars, what we've gone through, it's therapeutic for us, but it's also usually going to help other people who are going through painful things. It's going to encourage them, inspire them, and give them hope that they too can get through it. So that's going to be one of the slogans of our brand, is share your scars. So tell me which one you like the best.
All right, it's Sunday and I'm hoping to get my first run outside done today. Run on the treadmill, I think 3 or 4 times this week, and it feels good. My knee feels pretty solid, but I need to keep it up. I've been trying to go every other day and about 2-ish miles. Nothing crazy, can't push it too hard, too fast, but I need to keep putting some miles on it to see how my knee is responding. And we're gonna take Sunny, 2-year-old golden doodle, and he's gonna join me on this little run. So let's see how this goes. All right, we're done. We got 2 miles in, 17 minutes, 27 seconds, about an 8:43 pace. Sunny, did you survive there, bud? I think we did it. Knee feels good right now. I'm about to hit some abs. Gonna do some banded pull downs. Good run. So I wanna quickly walk you through my weekly mileage as I'm slowly building to run an ultra marathon. Now, I'm realistic. It's probably not gonna happen this year. I don't wanna burn my knee out. I don't wanna to make things worse. So the goal is 50-mile ultra marathon in 2027, but by the end of this year, I wanna be doing a half marathon and potentially a full marathon. But this is the first week running again in probably 2 or 3 months. So very exciting to build a little bit of momentum. This week, my mileage was about a total of 6 miles. But don't despise small beginnings, right? Like, it's easy to laugh at that, but I've had weeks where I run 30, 40, 50 miles. I've done half Ironmans. Like, I know what it takes to get to the finish line of these big efforts, and you can't despise and get discouraged by small beginnings. And it's real easy to look and be like, man, I just ran 6 miles this week. That's it. I have so much progress to make. I'm never going to get there. And, but that's the journey. That's the whole point. That's what separates the endurance athletes, or the people that can endure, from those who can't, is they take pride in, they cherish small baby steps of progress, week over week, month after month, and their goals are often months away or years away. So on last Sunday, let me pull up my Garmin data again. So last Sunday I ran a half a mile. And then on Monday the 9th, I ran 1.5 miles. I skipped running on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, I ran another 1.5 miles. Thursday, I did not run. And then Friday, I ran 2 miles. And then Saturday, I did not run. So trying to keep mileage probably in the 7 to 9 range this coming week. There's there's a rule of thumb that you shouldn't increase your weekly mileage by more than 10% week over week. And so if I ran 6 miles, I should basically go up to 6.6, right? Like it's small progress. That's why I say don't despise small beginnings and slow progress. That's in business, that's in relationships, that's in the gym. Small progress is going to win the day. I want to conclude the video by discussing the importance of necessary endings. I am reading a book by Dr. Henry Cloud called Necessary Endings. The book's probably about 10 years old. And the whole premise is that most of us need to get rid of some things in our life. There's some behaviors and habits. There's some relationships. There's some things that we're committed to that are ultimately holding us back, right? The idea is sometimes you have to say no to good things so you can say yes to great things. We need to get rid of some things so we can focus our energy, our time, our money towards the right things. So what needs to end? What habits, what behaviors, what relationships, maybe what business ideas need to end? We pride ourselves, especially athletes, in never giving up. I'm an endurance guy and I never want to quit something, right? That's the whole premise of an endurance event is you just don't quit. It's one foot in front of the other. But too many times in life, we're chasing things with that same mindset, and we need to just realize that that idea is a bad idea and we need to move on to the next one. Or we need to cut this, we need to get rid of this relationship, or we need to stop doing this activity because it's not helping us. And oftentimes businesses, they start sputtering, they start failing because the leaders are afraid to take hard, necessary steps. Maybe that means laying people off. Maybe it means getting rid of a whole division or a whole product line. But sometimes things need to end so that more growth can happen. They use the concept of pruning in the book, right? Like a gardener, when he prunes a rose bush or when you prune flowers, oftentimes you have to take off the not ideal buds and not ideal parts of the flower so that the best parts can flourish. And if you've ever dealt with flowers before, sometimes it's really obvious that there's dead pieces that just need to be removed. And those dead pieces are sucking up nutrients that the other pieces need. So that's like obvious, like I need to take that off. But there's also pieces that are just so-so. They don't look dead. They have some color to them. They got a little bit of life, but they're not on the trajectory. They're not going to be the ideal rose or the ideal flower, but they're still sucking up those nutrients. So we need to prune in our life. We need to take off the dead things and then prune the not productive things from our life. And I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. He's my Lord and my Savior. And so for me as a Christian, what that means is He is the gardener. He is the pruner. He is going to take things out of my life, sometimes whether I want Him to or not. He's going to prune me. The things I do, the habits, the things I like and dislike, and He's going to expose the things that need to be removed, right? He is the gardener. But sometimes you also have to have some self-reflection and say, what am I going to cut off, right? What is going to be pruned from me, but also what am I going to proactively choose to cut off? Like use your own wisdom and discernment for this. So I wanted to end the video with that because right now I'm in a pruning phase. I've been committed to too many things. I've got my day job as a wealth manager. I am building armor bands. I am chasing down big fitness goals, and I am currently the pastor of a home church. And I can't keep doing all these things. So I am pruning. I am evaluating my life. I am in prayer, but I am also using my own wisdom and discernment. And I am saying what needs to go, what is not being as productive, what do I need to keep my eyes on so that I get the best results possible. I'll conclude with this analogy. Say you're trying to water your grass, but you only have so much water at your disposal. You can't always water everything. Sometimes you have to pick and choose what you're gonna what you want to be green and what's okay to die off. And that's hard, especially for us people that like to do sports and endurance stuff. We'd never want to quit. But it would be foolish of us, I'll say it again, it would be foolish of us to continue to produce, or to continue to pour energy, time, and our passion into things that aren't being productive. Thanks for tuning into the video. I'll see you next time.